Welcome back to Benchmark. I'm Anishan Selvaraja. This week we're going to take a look at the latest Household Income and Expenditure Survey, and to take us through this is Product Lead of Frontier Research, Nirukthi Kariyawasam. Welcome back to the show, Nirukthi. Now, just to start off, give us a brief overview of the survey.
So Household Income and Expenditure Survey is something that is conducted by the Department of Census and Statistics Department, and they conduct it every 3 years. So the latest information we have is for 2016. So they have conducted this survey for over a 12 months period from January to December 2016, taking a sample size of 25,000 households. So it is with these data that we are actually trying to understand how the income and expenditure of the households have been so far.
On that note, Nirukthi, how are the income and expenditure numbers doing?
So what we've seen is that over the period from 2012-13, that is the last survey just before the 2016 one, we've seen from there onwards during this 3-year period that the overall household income levels have improved. Now this is despite the slowdown in the real GDP numbers. We've actually seen the real GDP coming down from somewhere around 7% to around 3-4% over the last 3 years. But when you look at the household incomes, the average household income in real terms have actually grown to around 5%, 5-6% over this period.
Now, are these higher income levels only within areas of high commercial activity, or is it more widespread around the island?
Yes, that's a good question. So when we look at increases in household income, one would actually assume this to be a more urban-centric. But when you look at the data, what we see is that this is actually happening across the country. So we see the maximum increase in terms of household income has been mostly in the southern area and the Uva province and eastern province. So southern province, of course, it is understandable with a lot of development that went into the province. When we look at Uva and eastern and even other areas, what we understand is this is probably due to the improvement in the informal sector rather than the developments itself.
What are the sources of this income then?
So this is mainly, we can see the increase coming from wages and salaries. This can be attributed to the increase in public sector salaries that we saw in 2015, right after the new government came into power. Other than that, we also see this money coming in from the non-agricultural activities as well as other cash income. So when it comes to non-agricultural activities, this includes every activity other than agricultural activities, and also this excludes two main sources of income. That is one, income generated from hiring three-wheelers, and also any tuition fees that for any class with less than 20 students. So as you know, these are two significant sources of income, which is also captured in other cash. So overall, these two are also contributing to this increase in income. Apart from this, we also see an increase in property prices attributing to this income increase as well. But if you look at agricultural activities, the income generated from them is actually negative.
Thank you for joining us, Nirukthi.
Thank you.
That was Nirukthi Kariyawasam of Frontier Research. Thank you for watching Benchmark, and we hope to see you again next time.